lost one and gained another. I was very disappointed by the other one.
Which one? This?
Adventures in Bleaching.
You were disappointed in this?
Yes, I was very sad.
I think it looks better.
It's just, it was supposed to be like, I mean, you have to know so much more about color theory whenever you do something like this, because you have to, what you're gonna get at the end has to do with what you have in the beginning. And this is purple, so it ends up being like a pastel, like purple undertone. Now, if it was black, it would be the color that I wanted, but it wasn't black originally, which made me so sad, because I almost wish it was the other. Like, I wish it was still purple. This was wonderful. I was so, so happy when I saw this. This is exactly the kind of result I wanted. I'm not a blue denim person.
Yeah.
And then it had these, like, tribal patterns on the end here, and that's also not me at all, so. But I think this looks beautiful.
You're not a tribal girl?
No.
Yeah, you should wear those together.
Yeah.
Leather and, like, cotton.
Mm-hmm.
Great mix.
I like how it's kind of, like, cinching, too. A little bit.
With your hair, too. You look like a... like, what's it called? Roadie or whatever when they're on the rock star.
Oh, like
like
a groupie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like Jim Morrison groupie though.
Yeah, I'm enlightened. This dress, oh my goodness. This is called the Vegas dress because I made it for Vegas. But I never wore it to Vegas because I messed it up and I didn't finish it in time. But this dress was made out of an old skater tee from like when Volcom and like Jack Vanek and everything was like really popular, this type of era. And I loved I got this was like my first thing I ever bought from Urban Outfitters. That was like a big deal at the time. And I loved this print so much that I bought this. It's men's and it didn't ever fit me right. This is not for my figure at all, but I like loved the print. Like, how do you pass up such a beautiful stained glass print like this? And I bought it and then like never wore it, but I couldn't get rid of it. So I kept it for years, like over, I think a decade I kept it because I couldn't have the heart to get it like rid of it. And I was like, I'm going to make it into something. And this has gone through so many phases. Like we said in the previous video, we do not know how to sew basic skills. So this is like knot tying and like half of this dress is honestly a miracle. I like reapplied the hem and stuff and like it's mostly just like problem solving. I tried to do darts in the back, which is the reason why I stopped working on the dress because it made my butt pucker and it looked bad. So I had to like seam rip it, open it back up, put it back on my body, pin it back in place and tailor it to my figure so that I could do this back. And then it was a raw hem here. So I sewed a dime into this. And I got this idea from one of my Helmut Lang tops that has a droop in the front. And so whenever you put it on the inside, it just sits. And has like a nice little droopy low back.
Perfectly low.
Yes. I'll put it on so you can see. So this dress is tried and true. I have worn it out of the house. Nothing comes out. It is very skimpy. It's meant to be. I was supposed to wear it to a nightclub. I did not.
And
Alas.
we also tried to wear it to a nightclub.
Yeah,
It still didn't work.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We tried to go to a club, and everybody was leaving when we were walking in.
And it was only 12:15.
What the hell's that about? This is what the dress looks like on. Okay. So you can see the droopy back a little bit better here. This is probably the most effort I've put into any dress, honestly. This took a long time and a lot of configuring pieces and just working out the kinks. But the end result was so worth it. But it just also goes to show that like with a little bit of creativity, you can turn a garment, a completely and totally useless garment, into something that you will wear all the time. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this top
Oh
This
my
was-
god, yeah, you made a reel.
Yeah.
Real baby.
So this was just a denim top from Zara. And as you can see, I've just buttoned it differently. But I cut the hole for the neck way too big and it just fell off of my body. I was just trying to make it more flattering. I was doing this one and this. They're both denim tops in pairs. I was working on both of them at the same time and had the same idea for both, but this one was just executed better. So when I messed this one up, which you will oftentimes mess things up, you have to problem solve and you just have to get creative. And there's a lot of fabric here and there's buttons, things are adjustable, so you can do a lot to this to change it into something else. And there are so many fashion designers that are doing this today. This is becoming like haute couture. This is accepted like in the fashion community now. So like, I don't think there's any excuse to, throw away your clothes. Like, just get creative and make something new out of what you have. So, I guess I could put this on with this. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
The neck turns into the waist. Or no, this is the back of it.
It's
This
always
is
an
the
event
color.
to get dressed with your own stuff too. It's like, wait,
How did I do
how
this?
did I do it?
Okay. So I know I stuck my arms like this. Pulled, okay, so the part that's the hole goes and makes it into a backless. So I pulled that over once and twice. Okay?
Wait,
To make a collar.
out of the bottom, because
Yeah.
it like splits open perfectly.
Right? Okay? So I got a little
It's
collar.
almost like it was made for this.
Yeah.
This front part.
And so the snap is important here so that you have a back here, otherwise that wouldn't work. And then these two, since there is no snap, you can snap it once, fortunately, but the other time, that's where the needle comes through and the safety pin. But what's cool is that I took a charm that I had to make it embellished, to make it almost like you should know, I don't know, you should pay attention, I guess. You don't have to
it's
hide.
not something to hide.
Voila.
Beautiful.
Functional coat.
Beautiful. Definitely Las Vegas look.
This isn't, I wouldn't wear this with this dress, but. So this is an example of something that I liked the way it looked on me, but I wanted to make it more feminine. So I cut it to suit my body better.
I think that's a great way of putting it, what you just said. Making our clothes more feminine. Because we probably both went through a tomboyish phase or
Oh, yeah.
more
Heavy.
masculine. So now we have a bunch of clothes that we're alright.
We gotta
gotta,
cinch these.
I'm cutting all my t-shirts low. Yeah.
What's really cool, what I love, is this collar. No, it's a collar that I made out of the cuffs.
Girl, I did the same thing in Kauai.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
But what's cool, it's a really elegant, especially since it's white. Here, I'm gonna put on a black dress to show you how cool it looks.
You used to wear this all the time.
Yes. I should wear it more, honestly.
I love it.
This is the first dress I ever made.
You hand sewed her though, right?
Yeah, I had to go over it again.
Cute. Wait, keep your hair in though. I just want to see.
Avant-garde.
It looks cool.
Ooh.
Turn. Little bob. Yeah, it suits you. You're a little bit Catholic priest, and I love it.
No, isn't this so cool? I was like, black dress, have to wear it with a dress. And then I have this little key. The little key that looks so cool. It's just the best collar. It's like a priest's collar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Hodakova. You're gonna start just saying words,
Yeah.
affirmations.
Hodakova.
Hodakova.
The goat dancer.
Shoes. I should have kept that on. What am I doing? going to show you some shoes. Another example of things that you can do, of ideas. Stop throwing away your shoes, alright? These shoes are obviously like beat up a lot. I'm very hard on my shoes. These used to be my mother's, and then they were mine. And I love loafers a lot. I just like that you can slip them on. They're very easy and very elegant. But these ones had a very, very hideous hardware. It was just so ugly. It was like this, it was silver and it was just blocky and this horrible like gray enamel on there, and it was awful. And I just didn't like it, so I took wire cutters from my dad's garage, and he actually had to help me. He's stronger than I. And he cut both sides off so I could take the hardware off completely, because I didn't want to cut the hook over there, because I wanted to be able to loop other things in it. And so what I did is I took some pieces of leather from the actually, like the leather pair of pants I was wearing earlier, and I cut it into a small piece. And I originally just had it like that, but I was like, that's not enough. And so I just took a bunch of safety pins that I recently bought, one of which was to actually do the other top I was just talking about, and then I just put the rest of them on there. And so now they're a more complete shoe. I was like, these could have been thrown away, they're used, but now they're like, now they have a personal touch to them.
I also I heard someone that I know the other day say, some people would like, the conversation was about thrifting, right? And it was buying stuff used. And she said, you know, there's some things that I won't buy used. And she said shoes were one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which I get, but I also am like, I think you're just not looking in the right place, or like you shouldn't have that mindset, you know?
I think what she's talking about is like infection. And like I totally get that.
I get why she would think that, but like,
yeah,
I
if you go to
the, I mean, I don't think she knows what the real is. She doesn't know what vestiaire, you know? But I was like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're missing out on a lot.
Like, yeah.
I'll
a lot
literally
to tap into there.
All of my shoes. I swear to God, all of them.
Like I get it from like a Goodwill or something. Absolutely, it's a little sketchy, but
all of these, Manolo, Saint Laurent, Manolo. Those are not. Stuart Weitzman, Acne Studios. Even these, like this was a popular brand, Suzanne Ray, and I got these secondhand as well. These are Fendi. They are destroyed. I run them down a lot, so I have to get them fixed. All of them. Pro tip: clean the shoes when you get them. Get Odorex, bleach if you can, and just do that. And there's a lot of new, like these were brand new when I bought them. These are Saint Laurent. I bought these brand new. They came in the box with certificate and everything. Like they even smelled new. Like you could tell they had never been worn. But like obviously you like put some rubbing alcohol in there or something. You don't want to worry about that kind of thing. But yeah, shoes. We have one more dress. One I made a long time ago. Okay. Oh my God, the shoes actually look so good with this. Cohesive. Okay. So this dress. This was the second dress I attempted to make. And when you don't know anything about sewing or fabric, you do stupid things. But stupid things can end up into great things, because the dress looks the way that it does because I messed up a few times. But I patterned this dress off of the dress I was just wearing. That dress is made out of extremely elastic fabric. This dress is not. This fabric does not want to budge in either direction. So it was much smaller originally. And this was originally the back, this was the front, here. So like, I was popping out of it, I could barely breathe. I don't even think I could put it on all the way. I couldn't get it over my hips. So I took another piece of fabric. I took the same fabric, dumb, and I cut a piece, not measuring it. No, didn't learn my lesson. And I just cut another piece, too small, didn't fit me. So I took the fabric that it's a much stretchier fabric and I put it in here, and that's when it finally fit. But what's kind of cool is that when I do wear it, with the way that it, like, I didn't use rulers, nothing. So this fabric stretches to my body instead of like being straight. So it ends up like curving with my figure, which is really cool. But yeah, I didn't like measure anything, so like nothing is a straight line. So it ends up being a more feminine, and it kind of like is a comment on my body and like my figure, which I think is really cool. And it can go over the shoulders. I can have it up on top here. It has this raw hem at the front, which is kind of nice actually. Gives the dress a little bit more character than just being cut straight off. So, and it looks really cool with these shoes.
Let's see the back. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is an attempt, like, again, don't be shy. It will take time to fix the mistakes if you don't want to learn how to sew well, or if you don't, but really cool things can happen from like not knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
This is an example of
It's
that.
almost like if a mistake happens, like it's meant to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta look at it like that.
Everything is an opportunity.
Yeah.